Hey, Sweet Melissa here. Today I'm going to show you how to use a stencil on a fondant covered cake. So the trick that I have found works the best is to take a little bit of vegetable shortening on your fondant covered cake and just cover it with a brush. A light coat is all you need. You just want to create a barrier so that number one, that your stencil sticks, and number two, it doesn't bleed through. So here I am, I'm just going to cover this entire cake that I've covered in brown fondant with vegetable shortening. And then I'll be ready to use the stencil. Okay, so now we've got the whole cake covered in the shortening. Here's my stencil. I am making a Louis Vuitton cake, so it's covered in brown fondant, and this is a Louis Vuitton logo stencil. I will say I ordered this online, and it said it was much bigger than this, and it ended up being teeny tiny, so I just had to run with it because the cake was due. So what I did was I took the stencil and kind of easily just gently pressed it into the cake, and that shortening is going to act like almost like a glue. Hold it in place, number one, and number two, it'll also keep those edges that you're painting in crisp. I'm using a gold here, and so I'm just going to go over each and every little detail of the stencil until I've got all of the pieces, of the stencil filled in. So we'll just finish it up here, and I am going to pull it off immediately. So I have to cover the entire cake, so see, there you have it. So what I'm going to do, I will say I noticed there was a lot of excess gold on the front and the back, so I did wash this off and dry it in between each one. So if I had a larger stencil, it would have been a lot easier, but you got to work with what you got. So yeah, so I just went through the entire cake and stenciled it in. I will fast forward from this point, and then I'll show you the final product. Alright, don't forget to clean your stencil off between every application. You're going to want to rinse it off really good and then also dry it off really good. You don't want to have any water left on that stencil because it will mess up your cake. And here's the final product. What do you think?